What does pre mean? Pre means something that happened before. Like pre-primary school, the school you went to before primary school. What does historic mean? It also means stuff that happened in the past. Something that happened when people were around, like the first car that was brought to South Africa, or a war that was fought in South Africa, or the first ship that came to South Africa. That is South African's history. It is historic to South Africa. So when people are around, we say it is historic. Prehistoric. What does that mean? It's anything that happened before there were people to talk about it. Yes, there were no people to talk about it when the dinosaurs were around, so we say that's prehistoric. We know a lot about dinosaurs. How do we know this? Because dinosaurs left us evidence, and the evidence they left us were fossils. Yes, dinosaurs left us fossils. Look at all these wonderful fossils that tell us all about the dinosaurs that roamed our earth. What are fossils, you may ask? Well, they're the remains of plants or animals that lived a long, long time ago. Now, the most interesting part is a fossil means to dig. It comes from the Latin word. Latin isn't spoken anymore, but a lot of our words have their meanings in the Latin word. And fossil means to dig. Paleontologist. Wow, that's a big word. Paleontologist. If we break it up, it's a little bit easier to say. These are people who study animals and plants that lived in prehistoric times. That's a long, long time ago. Look at some of these pictures of paleontologists. Would you like to be a paleontologist? Now, dinosaur comes from the Greek word, and it means terrible lizard. Think about that. Lizard, terrible. Does it tell you something a little bit more about a dinosaur? I want you to think about that carefully. Before there were any people, there were dinosaurs, and we call this prehistoric. Dinosaurs lived during the age of the reptiles. Fossils are the evidence we have that there were dinosaurs around. Look how big some of the bones were. Look at that child. That bone is almost as big as a child. Look at that beautiful fossil. And remember, fossil means to dig. Is that a clever word for the word fossil? Think about it. But people have only known about fossils for 200 years. Why is this? Well, the super duper guy called William Buckland, there's a picture of him. Look how clever he looks. He found the first fossil in 1824. It was the Megalosaurus. Look at that Megalosaurus. What does it look like to you? Now, William Buckland He was a paleontologist. He found the first dinosaur fossil in 1824, which was the Megalosaurus. Wow, that's a lot of information. So 200 years ago, almost 200 years ago. Now let's see how well you've listened. What does pre mean? Did you get before? Well done. What does prehistoric mean? Did you say something that happened before there were any people to recognize this evidence? Well done. Remember, dinosaurs are prehistoric. What else have we learned about that's prehistoric? We know a lot about dinosaurs. How many years ago did we learn that they were dinosaurs? Did you say 200? Well done. To be exact, it was 197 years ago. What did dinosaurs leave us? Think about that. They left us evidence. Very good. What kind of evidence did the dinosaurs leave us? Yes, they left us fossils. Look at these wonderful fossils. What does the word fossil mean? Did you say to dig? If you did, that's brilliant. If you didn't, don't worry, you'll remember it soon. And look at those paleontologists digging. When you thought about it, did you think it was a clever word? I think it's a super clever word because, yes, you've got to dig to find those fossils. What does the word dinosaur mean? Oh, and it appeared before you. Did you remember it meant terrible lizard? Look there. Imagine you were the first person to see a fossil of a huge, big dinosaur. You would also think it was terrible. And because it had so many characteristics of a lizard, that's why it got its name, terrible lizard. What do you think the word fossil, why do you think the word fossil means to dig? Remember, we've just spoken about it. Did you say because they have to dig to get the fossils out, to see that evidence? Look at those paleontologists digging to get the evidence of the fossils, to put everything together just like a detective. What is a paleontologist? Think about it. Did you say they find evidence of prehistoric life? Look at that evidence that paleontologist is finding. Who found the first dinosaur fossil? Let's think about that. Was it William Buckland? Yes, it was. Hello, Wolf. Thanks for finding the first dinosaur for us. What year did William Buckland discover this first fossil? Go back in your memory and think. Yes, it was 1824. What was the first dinosaur to be discovered? The Megalosaurus. Well done. What do you think it looks like? I hope you remembered a lot about dinosaur evidence. Thank you for listening.